Sway.
As we supposed to.
That's what this is. Hey, Pete, what's up, bro? What's going on?
What's good? What up, Horse? What's good with you, man?
Oh, man, good to see you, champ, man, for
Likewise,
real.
brother.
Hey, man, you know, I know you're a boxing fan. People don't understand that you're into boxing and stuff like that, man. We got this little fight thing that we used to do, man. We used to watch boxing fights and stuff like that, man. So that's what this really is. This is like a bunch of dudes just watching the fight, man, and we just conversating about boxing and stuff like that, man. And
I got you. That's dope.
And you actually put on a performance yourself, man. We're gonna get into that, man. You know, that right there.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, man? That right there, homie, man, that was special to me, man. Honestly, I gotta take my hat off to you. Because you know what it was? After the fight. It wasn't before, you know, when I first got into this, because there was a lot of fights going on that day on you know, a couple of boxing fights, and I didn't see your name. I seen LO, you know what I mean? I seen Lamar Odom. Like, yo, he really boxing? When I seen you, you know, I'm looking at the crowd. I'm like, there was a lot of dudes from New York in that crowd, man. Like a lot of dudes came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I actually seen you suit up and go in that ring, man, I was really shocked, man. Like, I was like, you know what? I was shocked, but you know what? The purpose it was for, man, it was a great look. And after what you said after the fight, you said, you know what? More dudes need to put the guns down and put up the gloves, you know what I mean? And I really respect it, you know, where that came from, you know, because these are two men that had some differences, and man, we're gonna get into that, man. Y'all had differences and y'all took it to the ring, man. And
yeah, definitely. That, you know, that was the biggest thing for me with that. You know, of course he kept calling me out, man. I'm like, dude, you know, I could say it now because I didn't want it to look like I was making excuses before the fight, but I had a hernia, torn meniscus, fucking COVID caught me, and I lost 12 pounds. But he, you know, I didn't want to say it before the fight because then that make like I'm looking like I'm making excuses. Yeah. So I went in there, but he would not stop calling me out. You know, you on Love and Hip Hop, we got security, we got Stephanie Gale and them stopping it. Come on, man, let's get in the ring and figure it out. You know, so I was like, nah, dog, I ain't no fucking boxer, B. Like, you know, I love boxing. But then I was like, it's a little bit on my box. My pops passed away, but it was on my bucket list. My pops used to box. But so he would never let me fight because he was like, you here for a different purpose. But
pro? Was he a pro?
Nah, okay. But he, you know, he was an amateur, but he loved box. My father's favorite sport is boxing. Mm-hmm. But to me, I know he would have been smiling if he was there, you know, to see that happen. And then I see a lot of rappers call each other out and never get in the ring or never square up. So I thought, fuck it, let's get in there and finish it. And again, I had just finished looking at like a few mothers in Chicago, just like, yo, crying and shit. So I was like, yo, maybe this might reach somebody to say, you know, look, man, we could square off like men like we used to. Y'all ain't got to keep running and go get your crew or go get your gun. So it's something that you know, it was the big picture for me, you know. So people were like, this old nigga getting in the ring fighting. It was the big picture for me was to show you you can square off no matter how big. You know, he's 6'4", 30. Mm-hmm. So I'm 6 feet even, you know, 195 pounds. But I said, fuck it, let's do it, and just to show them, you know, it don't matter how big you are, or whatever. And it was fun, man. Again, thanks, Horse. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Hey, you know what I wanted to ask you though, Pete? Real talk. What was it? The bag that made you say, "Hey, let's do it there"? Because I mean, you could have said, "Yo, we could go fight in the park. We can go fight. You know, we could go square off anywhere." What made you pick that? What made you? Or how did they approach you with that platform? Because they couldn't approach you on some. It wasn't free. The fight was pay-per-view, so I know they.
Definitely. But so here's the deal. So Cisco had signed on this shit was real difficult, bro. I ain't gonna front. Cisco had signed with Celebrity Box to do a fight. They didn't know who he was gonna fight. He kept calling me out. I was like, I don't know. Then they started calling me like, Gunz, come on, man, mix it up with him. I was like, nah, because he had already went in. So they wasn't talking a whole bunch of money up front. They was talking about the pay-per-view vibes. And that always makes me nervous. You know, I don't want to put nobody business out there, but somebody fought on pay-per-view, a friend of mine. It was like, yo, when it come to that other half, good luck. Niggas got all excuses in the world, expenses, we lost money. So I didn't want to do it. So the bigger picture for me, I swear on everything I love, was that, you know, we gonna have on gloves, square off, and do exactly what I said. Tell those kids, yo, y'all can square off. Because I was, you know, I didn't know what was gonna happen on the back end, because I basically fought for back end. I got a little money up front, but nothing significant. So
was it
but it was
figures?
all paid. No, hell no. Nowhere near, man. I'll tell you offline. But you know, one of the things, to be honest with you, it wasn't the money that drove me to the fight. It was the bigger picture. And then he kept calling me out. But if some money's gonna be made, they 5% of the pay-per-view will go to me. So I was with that. So we'll see, man. It takes a few days to see. I mean, a month, like maybe a month for buybacks. Niggas be like, yo, I don't want that shit. It's bullshit. Or my kid ordered it. So you got to wait till all that stuff go down and then look at it. So I'm waiting for them to do the right thing. We'll see what happens. Of course, they calling me for another fight already.
Oh, see, there we go. Clap it up, man. Here he goes. I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've seen it, man. That's the one thing
I told him I commentate.
Oh, okay. But see, that's you know, hey, were you scared? Not scared in the sense of fearing the next man, but you had to be nervous during the walk up to the ring, man. Like we watched that all whole live from kids. Man, think of how much we look forward to people walking into the ring. When we come over here to the house, we do the fight parties. We get fired up when people are walking in the ring. And folks say that's the scary. I had boxers say that's the scariest part for them was walking into the ring.
Sway, that's very true, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I practice keeping my face mean and straightforward. Like the last thing I want niggas to say, this nigga Pete looks scared, man. That's the last thing I wanted niggas to say. But it's hard because so two things. I learned that I can't box. I learned that the cardio and the training I went through showed me, man, I have a whole new, that was the only 3 rounds. I couldn't go 4. Promise you that.
Wow.
And it was 1.5 minutes. So no matter how much running I did, no matter how much I did, it was like, oh shit. I have a whole new respect for him. And Roy told me, everything that I'm showing you, you gonna forget when them lights and that fucking thing you get punched in your face. And it's exactly what happened. Cisco caught me with a straight right and knocked all the fucking training out of my head. I started trying to kill that nigga. So it was the worst, man. I started swinging like a girl on that motherfucker. So, but the thing was, it taught me to have a whole new respect for these fighters, man. That shit is, it's rough, man. But I'm glad it's over because I wasn't drinking or smoking during training, and I smoked cigars and drink a lot of scotch. So I couldn't drink. And I had a drink, true story. I had a drink before I went in the ring. Calm my nerves.
Could shake it off.
You was tipsy?
I couldn't sleep the night before. The night before the fight, I couldn't sleep because, like you said, most of those people from New York you see was my family and friends descended on fucking last thing I need these niggas do is see me get knocked out.
You know, was that a real like problem that y'all have real beef or that? Because I thought it was like on some, just get the ratings up
TV
for Love
shit?
Yeah, I thought it was some.
I mean, some of it was ratings. Listen, man, I love the dude, but the dude had, he would fuck with Self and Rich and them all the time, and he was big and kind of like bullyish a little bit. That's my man. But whenever he got like that, I hope he don't ever play with me like that. So here's what's real that he did that really got me tight. Him and Rich really wasn't getting along at all. In real life, like, nigga, I'll meet you in front of your building. I'm waiting in front of your, like, really, they didn't fuck with each other at all. So he got on some like girly shit, like, yo, since you fuck with Rich, fuck you too. You know what I mean? As a man, I don't do that. Like, if you cool with a nigga I ain't cool with, I know where you stand with me. It's all good. You know what I mean? I don't do the whole, yo, you speak to him, then don't speak to me shit. That's girl shit. So this nigga, I got 2 daughters in New Orleans. So I got booked for booking in New Orleans for Essence Festival. And they was giving me 10 racks to walk through, shake hands, kiss babies, then go to some hair salon, take some pictures and shit. And this was back when I was on the show and I was hot. So this nigga knew the people that was booking me because he had just did a walkthrough with them as his people. So I already told my baby moms in New Orleans, I'm gonna throw you the money for the walkthrough. And it's a free trip for me to see the girls. This nigga called and made them cancel me.
What?
So I lost the money.
That don't sound right, Pete. That don't even sound right. You was telling a great story up until that point, right, Horse?
He had me.
Yeah. What do you? Why would he?
Nigga, he knew these niggas, so he was just like, yo, you fucking this nigga fucks with Rich and all of that. Book Stevie J or book what's the name? Don't fuck with this nigga. And they said that's his man, that's his people. So that's what they did. They was like, our loyalty is to fucking Cisco. But I didn't get it from them. They never told me why. I got some niggas in New Orleans that don't fuck around.
Mhm.
I said, yo, tell them niggas they got to come up with half the money. I already, I'm already en route. And so they went over there and squeezed it out of them. What happened? So that's what happened on the show. But Cisco ended up writing me a check for 10. He gave it up. He gave it to me. He felt bad.
He wrote you a check for the money he blocked?
Yeah, but he had to give it to me on TV though. Ain't that a bitch? He couldn't just give it to me in private. Said, my bad, nigga. The only way I was getting that check was on the reunion show on Love and Hip Hop. He's like, y'all, I want to give you this on the reunion show. I owe it to you.
Wow.
I was like, it's all good. Yeah, because he felt bad. But then he did some other dumb shit. So it was just one of those things. We always get pulled apart. So his crew was like, yo, you think he got it, he wanted it. And my crew was like, let's do it. So he was like, they keep breaking us up. Let us fly for a few minutes. We was going to do exactly what you said. We was going to meet up at a playground around the corner from set. But when I tell you that Stephanie Gale and them took me and had me in a bar getting fucked up just so I wouldn't go. Because he kept, I got to give it to him. He kept calling, texting, where you at, nigga? We here. Bring your people. I got my people with 1-on-5. Let's shoot 5 minutes. I got to give it to him. He pulled up. And they was just like, Gunz, please, man.
Hey,
so that's why when we got, but here's the deal. We had on headgear. Those gloves was 20 ounces, my nigga.
Yeah, they look like clown gloves. I didn't know if that was on purpose.
Like hitting a nigga with a pillow. No matter how hard
pillow fighting in the ring, boys.
I caught him good 2 times. I know if those was regular gloves, I caught him with an overhand, and then I caught him with an uppercut one time that in normal circumstances, nigga would have had a problem.
Hey Pete, how hard was it to get you to go on Love and Hip Hop from the beginning? Like straight up and down when they approached you with the idea, or did you approach them or they approached you?
They approached me 2 years in a row, but I was worried about, I know how crazy my shit is. And I know I'm not like the rest of these niggas. I don't fake, I'm gonna give it up. But I didn't want to taint my son Corey's, Corey was just coming up. And I felt like if I did the show, it would taint what Corey's trying to do, like fuck with his career. Cause now, people are gonna be like, yo, your pops. Corey got caught with a gun. Corey's an introvert. He didn't want to shoot the show he was doing with Nick Cannon called Son of a Gun anymore.
Son of a Gun, yeah. Yeah,
Corey is a dude that just want to rap and go in the house. He don't want to do no extra. He ain't gonna dumb down. It is what it is. They either get it, they don't. That's who he is. But I still was like, if I go do this show, it's going. But then it got to a point where he wasn't, doing what he was supposed to do, and just stagnated. And I still got kids and shit to feed. And and they kept coming. And in 1 year, they caught me at my lowest, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. But it was really, I was for 2 years, I was like, nah, I can't do that to Corey. And sure enough, every interview Corey did after that was, what's up with your pops?
What's up with your pops?
They nothing about his music. And I just felt like shit, man. And also my family was catching it at work. My sister would call me like, because I didn't think about the questions people would have to ask. My friends and my family guys were like, nah, he's not like that. I only thought about getting myself back out there and providing something for the kids, But when my family had to go to work, or my daughter's in school embarrassed, fighting because they teasing her, your pops is the worst. I never thought all that fully out. And
so that's the
part.
I remember when we were all at the apartment in Harlem and we was all hanging out. You remember this, Horace, and Pete brought it up. You brought it up to us, like me, Horace, Rich, that they wanted you to do it. And I remember I think I was against it in a sense because I know what
you
TV
told me not to.
Yeah,
you told me not to. You absolutely told me not to. I got it in the rhyme. Sway told me not to do this shit. Hold on, let me think of the rhyme, because I said to me the rhyme was I got a whole verse that everybody go crazy when I do it. Tyra could do better, true. Amina could do better too, or they can go and find a better me, but I ain't trying to find a better you. Busta Rhymes told me not to do this shit. Sway said treat it like some movie shit. Charlamagne said go and get the money because you did it, motherfucker, and you can't go undo this shit. Ebro said fuck who don't condone it. You a scumbag. Peter, own it. I own it, not forever though, because black queens around the world deserve better though. better husband, better man, shit, a better me will make my son become a better dad. Better men is what we need, not Peter Gunz being the creep on your TV screen. But that was a rhyme that I had because of everybody that was telling me, because you told me not to do it, but you also said, well, you on there now, just treat it like a movie, like you acted, it's not for real. But it got real, like I said, man, the shit, because my shit was so real. It wasn't like the rest of these niggas get on there and we fake storylines and they get to go home and chill because they all just made it up. My shit, what you were seeing is what was going on in real time.
Yeah, but in real time, like, you don't never see two baby mothers and your wife and mothers, and but you had the kids on the show too. So how hard was that to get them to all agree with you?
That was rough, but it was also, let's show the world that we're gonna be all right. The kids are gonna be cool. Y'all gonna be cool. It ain't gonna be no animosity. We can figure this out. But listen, man, Tara's family, Tara caught the worst of it because she found I was married on TV. She didn't deserve that. You know, like, I didn't. So here's the thing. I tell Mona and them, when I do the show, and I told them, yeah, I got my artist, we kind of messing around or whatever. But I call myself telling Mona Scott something like now that you know that my storyline is crazy, I just need one favor. We married. Nobody don't know. That can't come out. I can't say what on right now, but off the screen, nobody was not supposed to know we was married. There's a reason for it. And I'm asking you on some human shit, like, can we just keep that part quiet? Only one that knows, me and Amina in this. So Amina knows. I've been telling her for 2 months not to mention that on the show. Mona was like, absolutely, I'll give you that. The first day of shooting, Mona goes and whispers in Amina's ear because they took our phones. Peter said, fuck it. Go ahead and tell everybody y'all married. And Amina was like, that's my husband. And my shit was downhill from there. But so outcome is, this is the outcome. Tara's, father don't want to speak to me, man. Family side, these are people that love me. Thanksgiving dinners, I'm there. Now it's like, some of her friends are like, so it's the embarrassment of that. Amina got some of that too. So that's it. And then I didn't make enough money that was life-changing. I didn't make enough money where my kids are straight. Where I could go, like, well, look, at least we got this. Now y'all could go to third. It's almost like, what did you do it for? You know what I mean? So I told people down the road one day, people used to ask me, do you regret doing the show? I said, down the road one day, I'll answer that question when I know for sure. And I'm leaning all the way towards I should never did that shit, especially not the way I did it. But again, life is life. I try not to have too many regrets. I got kids, the beautiful kids out of it, so I don't want to regret that either.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, I don't think you would have been in that celebrity boxing match had you not done that show.
Yeah, a lot of things. I wouldn't be on Cheaters. I wouldn't be a lot.
You won't be on Cheaters,
None of that. Yeah, it breathed life back. It breathed life back into me as far as getting back into the public eye. But when I look and see like people like Tara's, it's still scarred behind.
Yeah.
Amina has no regrets. Zero. And Charlamagne and Envy was telling me, yo, you don't feel like you ruined her career by putting her on the show? And I was like, what career would you be referring to? Because she had 2 albums out on Def Jam before I came in the picture and nobody picked them up. She been trying to do her music forever. Nobody was messing with her. And then she get on the show and got damn near 2 million followers and she's selling her music independently. I mean, I'm not saying that this is what she wanted. Of course she wanted to come out, but when people say you ruined her career or you didn't, what career would you be referring to? There was no career until she got on the show. Then y'all start feeling like, fucking with her.
But when you did the show, this wasn't something personal where you was like, yo, like you trying to revamp your music and doing this. This was for the kids, right? When you did this show, we was all talking. This was everything that we was talking about that day was like, yo, the only reason I'm doing this was for my kids. So at the
I was trying to provide. I was going left, my man. Your horse. I was on my way left again. I mean, like I went back to the block. I left the block on a good note. So I started going back to my mans on the block. And they, shout out to some of my people. I want some now, but just hit me off. Like, nah, you ain't doing that, man. Just not, this ain't you. You know what you go do this, put money in my pocket. But as a man, you ain't comfortable taking money from nobody. So then the opportunity came back and I was like, man, shit, I gotta provide for my kids. Can't go to jail. You know what I mean? I know I can get on here and steal the show like I did, but again, it messed some people up, scorned some people, embarrassed people that I love, So that, like I said, gift and a curse.
Gift and the curse. But that was my apprehension about it, because I know how that works. Like, a lot of folks don't realize everything you say ain't gonna just impact you. In fact, you already geared your mind to take it. I'm tough. My skin is leather, but it's the people around you that catch it. And then that's when you got to weigh out, was it worth it? But let me ask you this, man, because listen, it's something to be said about people who could reinvent and constantly reinvent themselves, especially in the world that we live in, bro. You've been doing this since the 90s. You Grammy nominated. Folks don't even realize you had a top 10 Billboard hit. You know what I mean? You know, and all of these things have happened, and I watch you reinvent yourself, and that's what I accredit it to. People got to find their way, their lanes to reinvent themselves. Rappers are becoming interviewers now. You know what I mean? Journalists are becoming hosts, you know, the comedy shows, the TV show. Everybody's reinventing themselves. But I'm curious, you've been around two of the most successful Black moguls we've ever known, you know, that's come out of our culture. Shaq is probably one of the most brilliant people, biggest geniuses when it comes to marketing. Nick Cannon, same way, brilliant. Nick got, you know, 1,000 platforms, and nobody's done what he's quite done. Did these dudes ever, like, did Shaq ever, you know, sit down and talk to you about how he does his business, or Nick talk to you about how he does his business, where you can adapt some of that and apply it to your business? You ever had those kind of real conversations with them?
Not really, man. There was a period where Shaq and I not wasn't friends, but we weren't like we used to be. He was just out doing his thing, and at that time it was like 1 million people asking him for stuff. And one person in particularly that was in the family close had did something real fucked up to him, and he kind of like shut down on the team, like, you know, I love y'all, but pull back. It was terrible, like some, you know. So he had fell back, but then we got real tight again. And I would do things like, listen, man, this is what certain people are. Shaq phone ring 90% of the time somebody asking him for something. While I was able to keep him on the phone or get Shaq on the phone anytime I want, and while we still tight, I'm going on the road with Shaq for a week next week. But the reason why we so tight is because I never asked him for shit, man. You know, so he know when I'm asking Peter, when Peter's calling the phone, I can answer for Peter because it's gonna be some music shit or whatever. Or if I did, it was like to bring something to the table. But one time I told Shaq I wanted to be the old man for Icy Hot, Just for Men, Viagra. It's a new old man. And the new old man is dressing hip hop. Yeah. So when they show black men on these commercials, we in suits, gray hair, suits like, you know, old school teeth. No, this is the new old man right here.
That's the new 50 right there.
Right. I need to be that. So he said, yo, I'm shooting an Icy Hot commercial in Bronx. Pull up the set. I pull up the set. He got mad chicks on the fucking line auditioning or they're part of the commercial. So we in the room, he getting his mic, you know, put on, and he likes to, so I want to be the dude in the park doing pull-ups, street dude, you know, then I come down, I'm rubbing the ice. I'm telling him my whole story. Little dirty white guy with some dirty shoes, t-shirt on, putting his mic on. Shaq talking freely, like, yo, the girl in the black over there, bring her here. We just talking freely. So as we talking, so Shaq's like, so I've been here all day shooting this shit. I said, Shaq, I gotta be honest with you, my nigga. Icy Hot shit don't work at all, my nigga. I've been putting shit on my knee, my back, forever. He said, you might want to tell the CEO owner that's putting my mic on. The nigga, the owner, the white dude with the dirty t-shirt and shoes, CEO owner of Icy Hot. He said, yo, I stand by my product. And you want a job with me after what you just said? Yo, Shaq was like, yo, my nigga, did you just tell the owner of Icy Hot that shit don't work? Yo, Sway, I wanted to climb under the table, man. Oh, and dude gave me his personal number and said, I'm gonna send you a box with his and that, and call me whenever you, and never answer the phone ever.
Wow.
Okay, so
but that's one of the business things that I fucked up with Shaq with. But yeah, Shaq is DJing EDM, and I'm going on the road with him for a few days next week.
Oh man, tell my brother, hey man, tell that man I love him. You know, just,
I will, man. I'm gonna call you with him, man.
Yeah, please do, man. That dude is awesome, man. I love the way he transitioned. That's what Bridge Business is about. It's not just talking about your drama, but it's talking about your tactics. And I recognize something in your tactics that I don't think everybody is seeing. They just, they gravitating towards the drama and all the exploitation that a TV show can bring. All that stuff is edited, but they don't know the person. Mm-hmm. But not many people could say, when did Gun Runners come out? When did your first stuff come out?
Oh man, so I go even further back than that. But I don't want niggas digging up my old.
Your old. Okay.
My old Pete Lover stuff. But no, Gun Runners was 1991, 2, 3.
Okay. So look how many ways, that's when I came on in radio. Look how many ways you've reinvented yourself. Yeah. That's how in business folks stay relevant. You stay current, you stay present. And so we're talking about Peter Gunz in 2021. We just went back 30 years.
Sway, I wrote my first rhyme in 1981.
Wow.
In 81?
I was in the group in 1981 called the Little CC 4. We was the Little Cold Crush Brothers. So in 81, I wrote my first rap already. I'm from the Bronx. That's why the Cold Crush lived on my block. I idolized Easy AD and Grandmaster Caz. That's why I named my son Caz. But I was rhyming for years. I've been through mad groups. Posse Deep, we was dancing with the flat top. Whatever was hot, I was doing it.
How'd y'all hook up? How'd you hook up? Wait, did Cash approve that name, Little CC?
Nah. He didn't disapprove. He just didn't. It didn't matter. Back then, it didn't even matter. He just knew we idolized. I was just thinking like, yo, shorty, go to the store. I need, I was whatever Cash, man. I idolized Cash.
Mm-hmm. At that time, though, what did you see? What was the dream at that time when you was in that group? Like, what did you see happen in the next 5 or 10 or 20 years? Did you even see that far?
You know what? Nah, man. All I knew was I was still trying to find myself. Because for years as rapping, I always followed my favorite person. I was trying the Cold Crush at first. Then I was trying to, then Let's Go Forward. Then I Run DMC and all them come out. But LL Cool J was somebody that people used to be like, Pete, you got to find yourself, man. You still, because as a light-skinned nigga, to see a light-skinned nigga get the respect he got in the streets and the respect on the mic, he was my idol. I was like, niggas don't want no smoke with him in the street, and the girls like him. So him, Big Daddy Kane was KRS One. These are people that I idolized. So I used to mimic them too much. So when I would play my original stuff for people, they'd be like, you sound a little too much like Gunz or Pete. No, I wasn't Gunz. I was Pete Lover. Yo, Love, you sound too much like you trying to be LL. So it took me a minute to find myself, but once I found myself, that was it. But I always mimicked what was going on was hot. Up until Deja Vu. When I went in the booth, this is a true story, and I never said this to nobody. When I went in the booth to lay my verse Deja Vu, I was trying to sound like Mason the Locks.
Wow.
Really? Yo, it did have that kind of style. That horse and carriage Cameron style.
That shit was, they niggas was on fire. And I said, I'm gonna keep it street, but I gotta have a cadence. And I went in there and when I came out the booth, niggas never forgot. They was like, yo, that you went different on that one. I said, yeah, I maced it. Those are my exact words.
That's real.
Maced it. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, did you ever have any battles back then, Pete? We all got battle stories.
You ready for this shit? Here's the funniest fucking battle story I'm gonna tell you. I swear to God, it's the truth. The Gun Runners got a show at Hunter College. At this time, we loved smoking niggas on them. Battling we lived for that. And some dude on the block kept saying, nah, it's this nigga out of Yonkers gonna smoke all y'all niggas at one time. He's like, tell a nigga to come to Hunter College. Niggas show up, trench coat, bald head, bunch of niggas behind him. We got our niggas behind him. It's DMX, Dark Man X. So I said, let me get some. So I rhyme against the nigga. He do his battle rap. Whole team know his rhymes. They backing him. Tariq wants some. Tariq come get some. Boogie Daddy come get some. Another nigga. So we all going one by one on the nigga. Fast forward. We all get the cover of Source Magazine, 1998, all of us. So Carlito is interviewing each one of us about one another and what we feel about them. So they asked us, who did we want to speak on? I said, Big Pun. That's my brother. We all from the Bronx. They was like, nah, we mixing it up. how y'all feel about DMX? I said, oh man, DMX is dope. He changed the fucking culture. You got niggas saying, yo, I'm gonna get shitty and grimy again. He's changing the game. Mm-hmm. So we do our interview, fly to Detroit, we got a show. Carlito calls, say, yo, because I'm from the Bronx, you from the Bronx, my nigga, I can't let you go out like that. DMX said, I smoked 7 of them niggas at one time. When they asked him, them niggas is trash. I ate 7 of them niggas at one time, man. I'll do it again. So he talked wild shit after we bigged him up. So Carlito like, yo, you want to recant your statement on X? And I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. So then I get a call that DMX got a show in Booms, NYC in the South Bronx, literally 2 blocks from where I grew up at.
Wow.
I sent all my niggas over there. Yo, go holler at this nigga, see if he really feel that way. So they get over there. My man X called me, he put DMX on the phone. X was like, yo, Gunz, when I catch that nigga Carlito, he fool. I would never say that about you, man. I fuck with you and Lord all day, every day. I said, all right. Because I didn't understand that, bro. I said, hung up with him. Carlito say, yo, Gunz, just listen. Press play on the fucking recorder. He recorded the conversation. X talking all types of shit. But anyway, long story short, we ended up meeting up, and I'm like, this nigga is crazy. And after that was it. But he became, we became so tight after that, man. Mm-hmm. Like even like before he died, we got so tight. Sway, so many stories I could tell you that we talked about. And I was supposed to meet him for his birthday. And the last time I saw him, somebody asked me to take a picture of them and X. Yo, my man, can you take this picture? And X was like, you know what the fuck that is? That's Peter Gunz. You don't hand him your phone. Like, he was so mad, that dude. I was like, yo, X, you got a cult following, dog. I don't have a problem with it. X would not let me take that picture, man. He was like, nah, niggas disrespectful. And but yeah, that was the last time I saw him, and I didn't make his birthday party, and he was mad at me. But
beautiful,
but that's my best battle story, because I never looked at it that way until we all was just thirsty to rhyme. Mm-hmm. But he's right. He battled 7 niggas. He did. I gotta give him that. But
and y'all was trash, and he smoked y'all.
He smoked y'all.
Yeah. Oh, them niggas is trash. I ate 7 of them niggas. Gun running niggas. I ate 7 of them niggas. And I was like, I never looked at it that way until he said that. Because we was just all thirsty to get a go. You know what I mean? Like, if it would have been like, yo, just let me have them, because I used to write battle raps every day, man.
Hey, speaking of that, did you and Lord Tariq do a lot of ghostwriting for people back in the days?
Well, yeah, we wrote some things. Tariq is actually who hooked me up with Shaq.
Oh, that's how y'all met?
Tariq, no, check this shit out. I was in the Gun Runners. Tariq was in the group called Money Boss Plays. Mm-hmm. And my sister said my boyfriend rap. She kept pushing her boyfriend on me. And at that time, I'm not hanging around a nigga that's fucking my sister. So nah, I'm good on that. Everybody say he's good. So one day he came by the crib and I say, let me hear something. Nigga rhyme, his voice, everything. I was like, this nigga's better than all of us. So I put him in the Gun Runners. And that's how I met Tariq. And Tariq, him and my sister have been married for years. They got a 28-year-old. They got a 21-year-old. I was the best man in their wedding. That's my brother, man. So most people think y'all fell off. Y'all, nah, that's family.
That's family.
But yeah, that's how I met him. And Tariq had got signed first. And Tariq is the epitome of a nigga getting in the door and leaving the door open and pulling the nigga in. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, like, Tariq literally begged Shaq and them, yo, bring Pete out, man. He could write some shit with you. He gets ideas. It's crazy. He's more commercial. This nigga's dope. And finally, they flew me out. And I flew out. I wasn't supposed to leave. I was on probation. I just came home. And I was like, fuck that. I got violated and locked up again for going to Orlando to work. But that was a change of everything. But yeah, that's how I met Shaq and Tariq.
Hey, so how do you like the transition from behind, like being in front of the mic and behind the scenes? What's better?
I miss the mic, man.
You missed the mic?
I miss the mic, the music, all that is with I'm a musician first. I was a drummer before I was even rhyming. I was already playing instruments and writing songs before rap as a kid. So, but I miss music part of it. And when I'm producing an artist or listening, even with my son, I'm like thirsty to rap. That's why I don't manage nobody. I'm still in artist mode, because people like manage me. I can't.
That's real.
Because I'm still in artist mode, and then I don't take too kind of niggas telling me something's whack. I used to have that problem with Corey. That's why I didn't manage Corey. Because when I used to take meetings, I take it personal.
Oh, if they said they didn't like a song or something, or hey man, we don't see the vision, you know.
Yeah,
right?
I went through that at Def Jam. Them niggas don't know how many times this close. I started to, it was bad. Send niggas up there. Like, yo, these niggas don't get it, you know? But Jay-Z, I sat down with Jay one time and he was like, yo, he's just ahead of his time. Nobody's gonna believe nothing he's saying. Nobody's gonna accept that he's so far ahead of his time. I think if he just sit a little while and, you know, Gunz, you know what it is. And, you know, I was just like, can we get a drop, a Jay-Z drop? He said, nah, he ain't ready for a Jay-Z drop yet because I'm not ready for him to fly yet. He ain't ready. His voice ain't ready. His age, he's ahead of his time. He ain't gonna appeal to the kids because he's too advanced and he's too young for other people, the adults to accept him. So just let him sit on him for a minute. And I said, how about just let us go? Because you leaving, because he was leaving Def Jam. So me and him met in Ciela. And he said, you sure that's what you want, Gunz? It's cold out there. And he was right, because he was telling me to stay put. He's leaving, but stay put. You still got your deal. I said, nah, just give us the money, the rest of the budget, and let's give us a free slate. Because in my mind, we was going to walk out of Def Jam into a new deal easy. Because Corey was on fire. Didn't happen.
And Jay told you that. When he said it's cold out there.
That nigga said, nigga, Gunz, it's cold. You sure? We met in the club because we was in the office. And I'll never forget, he said, I don't want to keep talking to you from across the desk like this, nigga. Come sit over here. Let's talk man to man. Because it was like weird for him. He was the president of the label. He said, I tell you what, meet me at Cielo on the meatpacking tonight. Let's have a real talk. Because I guess he wasn't comfortable talking to me. And we talked about a lot of shit besides Corey, man. We was talking about how niggas expect shit from him now. He's president. He's like, I hate this job. Talk about Bill Clinton and shit. I was asking him wild shit. But when we met at Cielo, that's when he was like, you could walk with your music and you could walk with the money, but it's cold out there, Gunz. I don't know if you want to take your son out that building right now, man. It's cold out there. He was right. We went maybe another 2 years before Corey got another deal.
Wow.
Damn. All right. And that was the Wayne deal?
Yeah.
That was the Wayne deal. What's the status of the Wayne deal now? He's
still with Young Money, man.
He's still with Young
Money. You know, Sway, I catch a lot of shit for saying this. I don't think Corey even like when I say this. But them dudes did what they were supposed to do for Corey, man. Wayne came out of jail, put Corey on the first thing smoking, skipped all the artists that was already signed. You next. You got Drake, Nicki, you next. I'm gonna roll you out to the world with this 6 foot, 7 foot, and it's on you from there. Corey kind of like, so what Drake and Nicki kind of did was when they got their stamp from him, they went off and just did their own thing. Corey kind of hung with Wayne and them. You know, I don't want to blame him either, but just more of, once you get that stamp, go. Don't depend on niggas no more. They gave you the cosign. You got that record. We were supposed to fly. I even take some blame for it. But I always felt like Corey took his the training wheels off. He became that man probably at the worst time, man. Like, it was at a time like, I got this, Dad. You know, if you go by the studio and every niggas is bopping their head to shit, and I'm like, nah, that ain't it. What? You know, like, you know, because he would always want my opinion on his music and stuff. And I would be like, yo, everybody gonna yes him to death right now. He on Young Money, he's hot. That 6 foot 7 was out. So, but he became in man mode at that time. It was like the worst time that he could have became like, I got it. I'm good, Pops. And I was like, damn. And I regret not just doing that, but still not over. He's still there. And them dudes, when Corey got locked up, I tell people this all the time, especially since it's black people, man. When Corey got locked up, they paid his lawyer fees. They didn't blink. Corey wasn't hot. That was at a time they could have been like, dropped him. Like, nigga, you know, you fucked it up. You dropped the ball. They paid lawyer fees. They never called them for nothing that they didn't do. And they still like, go put out some music, make you some money. You want to go on tour? Come out here, Wayne. Corey and Wayne got damn their whole album together.
Yeah.
So I try to tell people that. Do you think I could have called Donnie Ienner or Tommy Mottola and be like, hey, could y'all pay my lawyer fees after me and Tariq was cold as ice?
Man, come on, man. Y'all wouldn't have got past that lobby security down there, man.
You ain't going past the 26th floor.
Yeah. So I hate when a lot of people are bashed, you know, yo, they ain't doing what they got to do. And they wasn't. Sometimes a label co-geek, all you need is the cosign. All you need, you know, if Jay-Z signed you to the label and did a record with you, what you want him to walk you all the way through the goddamn thing? So no, sometimes you need cosign. But again, Corey is who he is. He's not going to budge. He's not going to say, okay, Corey, we need you to do this ABC 1, 2, 3 record, and then you can fly. Just not gonna do it. He's a rapper's rapper, man, and not because he's my son. Some of the shit that the cadences, the patterns have me. I'm mind boggled by it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know I raised him, and I know what I raised him on. But he didn't took that shit and took a little bit of everybody's shit and made a gumbo pot. And I've never heard nobody that could do what he do on the mic, man. I'm not saying it's because my son is.
No, he's nice, bro.
Nah, he's nice. Nah, he's nice. I could co-sign that. He's nice.
You can co-sign that?
He's special, man. The kid is so special that I'm like, God damn. But again, still too far for people to get. But I could put an album out on Corey from now to 3,000 every year.
And you probably got some unreleased joints with Wayne too. That's what I'm saying. Is a bunch of joints he probably got that's unreleased too.
Yeah. He's still going. He's still got the same fire and hunger. Every now and then he'll lose his.
Nah,
fire,
man. I was at DITC Studios last week, and he played me a couple songs, but he had one song called Ghetto. Have you heard that one, Pete?
Nah, he got thousands of songs, man.
Oh, okay. Now this one was.
And you always want me to come hear stuff. I ain't hear that one.
Man, look, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there next week. Let's go. Let's meet up there. We're gonna be there next week.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I did an interview with Primo, and he told me he gave Corey 3 tracks. I said, I need to hear those.
Damn.
I say, you got Primo. I couldn't even get a Primo track. Primo used to yes me to death all the time on tracks and never. Primo was the king of, I got you. Never happened.
Hey, Pete, I got a question for you, man, because you said you couldn't manage your own son because you be thirsting for the mic. You got to get on that mic. That's your MC heart. And then you and your son are like two of the dopest, father-son combinations hip-hop has ever seen. You got Will Smith and Jaden. You got Ice Cube and his son. You got all these different people. But T.I. and Damani just put out the father-son challenge.
I accepted that.
Do you take that serious? Yeah. You responded to him?
Yeah, on my Instagram. I said, yo, should we invite them to the smoking section at Corey Gunz? Corey was like, absolutely.
I like that. I like that.
So,
but that ain't a versus. This is like with T.I. It sounds like, yo, we challenge anyone. Come on.
That's what he said. So while I was in New Orleans, people was coming to me. A few people came to me and said that his thing is, we not on that level. Like, hit wise, Gunz don't have the Gunz. I wasn't talking to them. Like, they ain't on the level. Like you said, he's talking to Will Smith and Ice Cube and Snoop and them. He like Peter Gunz was, I don't know why he's talking to him and his son. So I take it as either he know what time it is, or, he truly was trying to do some like father-son, popular father-son thing. But anytime you say father-son, I took it as you. I think me and Corey belong in that conversation.
I think it's a father-son. Expeditiously. Like, Damani, that's my nephew. T.I., my brother. You, my brother. Corey, my nephew. I would love it. What they did a father-son tournament. Horace, what about that? A father-son MC tournament.
I would love that.
The attention and the money, it's a bigger thing we could put around it, like a conference around it or something where fathers and sons could come and have conversation and build and seminars. And at nighttime, the tournament commences and it's T.I. and Damani on one side. And you got Peter Gunz and Corey on the other.
Set it up, Sway. Who better to set that up than you?
You see?
You see that vision, Horse? You like
I like that vision.
And listen, man. And listen, I love T.I. Nobody would ever. He got bars. Nobody ever said that. But
definitely,
I would love to put those bars to the test. I'm with the shits.
Hey, his son got bars too.
Corey. Yeah, his son got bars.
Damani got bars.
My son got bars.
You think you got the number one son with bars in hip hop?
Yeah. Yes.
That's real. I like that. Okay. He up there. That's amazing right there because, just the fact that you got a father and son doing this right now and we talking about this in hip hop, man, that's amazing. I just love that. You know what I mean? That you can do that, just the fact that, it's rubbing off on you, that your son saw you doing it. You know what I mean? He want to take it to the next level, just like T.I.'s son see him doing it. He want to take it to the next level.
Right.
Thinking about this is Bridge Business. I want to get back to that celebrity boxing. Is that something that you think that we could, far as with Briggs Business and Peter Gunz, maybe we can get involved in that and start putting some of these celebrities in that ring and get some of these.
I think so, man. I think we should. I would rather do it with us than to do it, to do it another way. I would definitely look. Cisco wanted to get back in the ring again. If it had some validity to it, if it made sense and people were going to watch it or people will come out and see it again, I might do that with Cisco again. He got a lot of complaints. He said I'm a sore loser, all this stuff. So I would do it, but I would like to do it like you said. We do it.
Mm-hmm.
We do it.
Good.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it that way no more. I just don't know how. I don't know if you need sanctions and all this different stuff, but I would love to. Oh, story I was trying to tell you was Cisco's from Brooklyn. It's tight with Zab Judah. Cisco promised Zab Judah me in his fight. So he ended up signing with the other guys in Celebrity Boxing, Damon and them, and Zab was on fire. My man.
How bad it get?
I'm sliding them niggas. I'm sliding them niggas on sight. I was like, Zab, calm down. He was like, you just signed to me then. I said, if I sign to you, they're not going to do the fight. I got to sign with them, sign to them in order to get this fight done, get this money, this paper. It's like, yo, they're not going to pay you, Gunz. I'm telling you, do it with me because he does his own thing. But end up not going down. But now I would definitely do a Cisco 2 fight, something like that. If y'all wanted to do it, let's talk, man. Let's talk offline. Try to figure out how we could do it right here, right there in Harlem.
Yeah, we're gonna make it much more than just a fight too. Our brains are working. I'm not gonna say it on Bridge Business, man.
I'll do it. I promise you I will.
You know, thinking
and
about
I ain't leaving it up to the judges this time either.
You feel like you got robbed, Pete?
Yeah, of course I did.
Come on, man. I saw him hit you once, man, and you turned around and started swinging at the air.
No, that was him. He punched Rich in the face.
Yeah. I like Cisco, man.
He did that on purpose, though.
Yeah, that he did that.
I think he did that on purpose.
Yeah,
when he heard Rich was going to be the referee, he said, "I'm gonna punch that nigga in
his face." Hey, Pete, you said your father used to watch boxing and all that. Name what's your top 5 boxers of your all time? What's your top 5?
Ooh, I mean, man, Mike Tyson, man. I gotta put Mike up there. I know a lot of people like Ali. I love Ali too, man, for different reasons. Ali, Tyson, Aaron Pryor, man, is probably
Aaron Pryor. If you saying names, that people don't know right there, boy. That man was a beast. Pryor, come on, yeah.
Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. These are my guys, man. Roy Jones Jr. It was just different, man.
Why you not saying Mayweather though?
He's up there.
He's up there.
Mayweather's up there.
Okay,
he's up there. It's just that I'm at I just look at Aaron Pryor, man. Aaron Pryor might be one of my favorite boxers of all time, man. I fight it every time I go and look at a fight. But Tyson was so impactful to my life at the time he came up, and and then he pressed me one time.
About what?
You remember the nigga had a rap label?
Yeah.
So I'm in Vegas and some kids coming up trying to get me to get on a song with them. And I was like, yo, shorty, you fucking my high up, my nigga. I'm trying to talk to this girl. I ain't here to talk about the music shit. Next thing you know, Mike Tyson came and said, yo, my artist trying to get a song done with you, man. I don't even know what the fuck you are. Just make it happen. Don't do that, man. Don't do that to them, man. That's not cool, man. You're not all that, man. I got that fucking pig you the money right now. Do some money.
He threw it at
like,
you?
Yo, make it happen, man. Yeah, like, don't do that. I guess they went and said, yo, this nigga blew us off. Like, he came out, was like, yo, man, who the fuck is you, man? Like, yeah, he was mad.
Hey, Pete, did your heart drop to your shoes?
It was the first time. Well, it was 2 things. He's my favorite at the time, like my favorite, but he was like seeing Michael Jackson to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to see him like mad, like, yo, I really want to punch this nigga in the face for blowing my artists off. At the time, everybody had a rap label. And I'm like, yo, dog, I didn't say I wasn't going to do this shit. I just told him, not right now. We'll vibe after I'm talking. He was like, all right, just make it happen, man. Just make it happen, and walked away. He heard me tell this story somewhere. I told somebody he know this story. He said, yo, get him on the phone. He called me.
And what'd he say?
But he was like, man, I don't remember that shit. I was doing a lot of stuff back then. I can't, man. It wasn't me. It was, whatever. You know how you always say he was messed up and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, certain niggas, you could talk all the shit you want. But certain niggas, you like, let me not act tough right now.
Can't do it right
I'm
then and there.
I'm gonna have to get back to him. Yeah, he was livid. I guess they went and cried on the show at the pool. Like, yo, this nigga Peter Gunz.
Did you ever make it happen?
Nah, I don't know what ever happened with that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the time, I was saying no to everything that had the deja vu beat to it because we got robbed. I mean, they basically stuck us up, took all the publishing. So everybody that wanted to do a record with us was doing the fucking boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not giving them another $1. I'm not doing that record, bro. It would have had to been the upfront money. That's why when Tatiana Ali and them approached us, I said, no, I'm not doing that. Rodney Jerkins, Gunz, come on, we need you to know. I fucking did it because I'm a groupie. Motherfucking Will Smith showed up at the studio and said, I need you to do this record. In his fucking outfit, filming the movie, what's the cowboy movie?
The Wild Wild West.
Wild West, yeah.
The nigga left the Wild Wild West set to tell me I need you to do this record. And I said, yes. Rodney and him was like, damn, nigga, we've been asking you for a month. This nigga pull up on a horse. You say yes.
That's all Will had to say?
Well, yeah, he was Will Smith, man. I was like, oh shit, and you know, we did the record. He gave us some money, and we popped it up. But I was just like, damn, man, how much money we gonna give these Stanley Dan motherfuckers, man? Like, I didn't want to do nothing off that beat back then, man, because it was like, it's whatever you get up front is all you gonna ever see. So,
P. Gunz, man, hey, I have to say, as your friend, man, I enjoy when I laugh, man, when I see you in another position. I see you in the boxing ring, I'm cracking up. I see you on Son of a Gun, I'm killed over, brother. I'm seeing you on the Love and Hip Hop. Man, when I start seeing you on Cheetah, I start eating popcorn. I'm eating popcorn now. Like, this dude is.
Oh, Cheetahs is bananas. It starts on VH1, I think, in about 2 weeks. It'll start airing on VH1. You're gonna be calling me every week, like, nigga, what the? You gotta remember, I got a bottle in my trailer. Before on set, it's in my ride. I need a Macallan 12 neat and a cigar in my trailer in my room before we shoot. So by the time we get to shooting, I'm already trashed. So that's who you seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times I'm wet.
How many episodes you squared off this? How many episodes you squared off this year?
3. 3. They call me in and say, yo, you can't keep fighting the guests.
Dude, how you fighting straight? Like, these are real guests, right? Like,
yeah, but the shit they could pull off on, I'm the first black host. So the shit they could pull off on on the last host, I'm like, yo, dude, you may not want to try that with me. I'm gonna smack this shit out if you don't do it, And I be talking to them on the side, like, yo, don't talk to me like that, bro. And it shows on TV. But I tell you, man, the attention that they got, they ain't getting a long time, right? So I walk in a meeting with Cheetahs and I got my chest out, like, yeah, y'all see this attention, y'all see this ratings about the. So I'm like, I'm bragging, and it's like, Gunz, we lost several markets with you being the host because you black. So like a couple, continents over. I heard even Australia like canceled the show because they got a black host, and I was like, damn, really? I didn't know they still do that shit. Yeah,
damn.
I went and sticking my chest out like, yo, y'all see this attention we getting? We all over the shade room. We like, we lost several markets
because you're black.
Wow.
Wow. Well, you
don't
do that.
Gunz. You might not want to brag too much, huh?
Yeah. You that's the state of the country. That's the state of the world. There ain't nothing changed. It shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah, but I just thought it was better. And then some of the mail they'll send me, and some of them will be like, yo, bring back Greco. This dude sounds uneducated. He should be on the show, not the host. So it'll be a lot of hate mail coming. But the love mail, 10 times more than the hate, so I'll take that.
Hey, yo, Gunz, I know it's a job and everything. You don't be feeling sorry for some of them motherfuckers that be sucking for loves and shit like that?
Sometime, man. Sometime, and like, damn, man. Sometimes I even feel bad doing it sometime. One time, this one dude, man. Oh, I'll tell you this. He was crying through the whole thing. And the dude his girl was dealing with was like some pretty boy, light-skinned dude, brolic. So he wanted to smoke with the dude. So I'm on, it's gonna come across crazy on the show, but I'm like, dude, he took your girl, you want him to take your teeth? You're gonna lose twice. You don't want that type of smoke. This dude was brolic, man. And but dude was just crying and crying and crying out. And then when we get in the van, I scream on him. Like, yo, man up, man. You making light-skinned niggas look real bad right now. I'm screaming on him in the van.
Camera?
I'm like, it's embarrassing. Yeah. At some point, he kept crying through the whole shit. And they was like, yo, we gotta use the Gunz. I screamed on him. Like, and that's exactly what I said, yo, you making light-skinned look bad, my nigga.
Wow.
Man up. But it ends with me taking them out. Like, I'm taking you out for a drink. I got to toughen you up. And it ends with me taking them out to drink and shit. But it was like that. It's been Cheetahs. It's been wild. But the thing I give Cheetahs is being on the show, I'm able to call them, like, unlike Love and Hip Hop, they don't give a shit. Once they get it, if you go to
you
them
have no
like,
control.
yo, take this out. No, they'll even make me look. It's shit on the show that made me look. I didn't need no help looking worse. They still did it. Like, I'd be like, why would y'all do that? Then the film shit that I needed them to film, like, all right, if I'm gonna do that, show me doing this song, show me going to do this show. And don't show that good to other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just pacify me by taping it. But with Cheetahs, I'm able to go, yo, I take that out.
Okay.
And they'll go, Gunz, we really want that in, man. You sure? Yeah, take that out. And they do it.
They do it.
They do it.
Hey, to think about Cheaters, Gunz, because I used to watch it a lot. I don't know why, man. It's one of those guilty pleasures, man. You just can't help yourself, right? And I noticed Greco, some of the other hosts, Clark Gable.
Yeah, he passed away. 30 years old.
Yeah, man. I heard about his situation. Like he was troubled, right? And I
think he overdosed.
He OD'd.
He mixed some type of prescriptions that didn't mix allegedly. I don't know. That's what I hear. But I know in my room, his clothes were still up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember every time I would come to the office, I'd be like, yo, I need his clothes out the room. It's a little, it's a little, I don't want to say creepy, but it's just a little weird that his clothes. I didn't like seeing his suits and stuff that he did green screen with still in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, they finally took it out after a while. It was like, I just don't want to see that, man. He was 30 years old, baby, young man. Like my son's age and shit. So I didn't like seeing his stuff like that. I felt bad for him. He had a baby too when he died. Just had a baby.
Yeah, I liked him as a
but
host.
he's Clark Gable, the third,
right?
Gable's grandson.
I mean, a lot of times in those situations, like I've seen episodes where people are really, really heartbroken and destroyed. I've seen women that in these situations, because it's usually the guy cheating, majority of the time, right? And I see them really get, real kind of close and comfortable with the host. And I always think, man, what happens after cheaters stop shooting with these young ladies?
I say 2 or 3 times, you get the calls like, yo, what's up? What's up with you? Why can't we? Even on the show, a chick was like, yo, let's me and you leave. That happened like a couple times. Like that, let's say, what's up with you?
Yeah.
And but I'm just trying to do my job and be the host, love. I can't do that. But but it's not too many times that you see somebody on there. You be like, a couple of times you're like, man, she bad. Dude had 2 bad girls. But for the most time, they all messed up, man. They be messed up. And then sometimes you don't know people be like, yo, so is it real or is it fake? I'm not privy to that. If they went and made a deal with each other and say, hey, let's go in here and fake a story and get this check or whatever, I don't know. You know what I mean? What I know is I just filmed the show. So when people come to me and say, oh, I know such and such that was on the show was fake, and I'm like, then you know better than me. I'm doing my job. Whatever they do, they do. But I could tell, man, I had a couple real ones that was like, scary. I had a couple scary situations. They carry guns out here. So I was first time filming, a dude's cousin had a gun on him, holding it. And I'm telling the security, like, y'all watching this one, bro?
Yeah.
I'm running down on his cousin, and he ain't feeling that. And he got purple pants on with a fucking gun, like his hand on his gun. So when we got back to the office, it was my first day. And it was like, anything you want to say, I was very uncomfortable with the dude in the purple pants. So it's like, say, 15 of us or from Cheetahs, security, cameramen. I'm like, shit, who around me, who got a gun? And every last person from sound, camera, everybody raised their hand. We all got guns. I was like, Texas, motherfucker. Texas.
Don't worry about
the last thing. It was like, you last thing you got to worry about. You all got
it's good. Matter of fact, you could take off your last name and give it to us. We Gunz now. You just Peter. You Pete Lover.
Yeah, they were surprised. They were surprised that was my concern. I was like, was y'all watching it? Oh, we saw him.
Okay. Hey, Pete, what would you say has been your most successful business venture in your career?
I would say, damn, man, that would be hard to say. It was my recording studio was back in the days. I had Gun Range Studios in Queens, and I was doing very well until people found out they could get a laptop and do that at the crib. But that was a good business venture. I have a lot of good ideas that I want to do. I also have like a non-for-profit called Guns Against Guns. It's teaching the inner city kids what guns do, what the gun laws are. We all know what guns do, but what happens when you get caught with a gun? It's 3 to 9. Most likely to get killed by the gun than to kill somebody if you walk around with one. Statistics.
That's statistics.
Statistics on Rikers Island. What happens to you? Not the same when you come home. 35% chance you're gonna get slashed. The HIV rates and shit in there. So it's just a matter, and what happens to you once you catch a felony and in life after that. Because I'm still a felon. I can't get a gun legally, probably ever. I'm trying to get it expunged, but they stop expunging violent gun charges. So they paused on expunging those since 2017. They not expunging. So that's why people be like, yo, why don't you just get a gun? I'm like, I can't. And on my jacket, it's 5 off the rip. I can get more, but not less. So if I get caught with another gun, it starts at 5 years. That's why I'm
leave
like,
the guns alone. Leave the guns alone. Pete.
And I tell you, if you get in my car, you got a gun on you,
get out.
I'm snitching, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm not eating that 5, man. I'm not taking that.
Not at this stage of the game. We've been around too long to be you ain't got time to give more people give away 5 at this stage of the game, man. Hey, Pete, man. Hey, man, this was a great convo, man. It's good talking to you, brother. Congratulations on it all. I'm looking forward to seeing Cheaters. We looking forward to seeing you back in the ring for celebrity boxing. Looking forward to seeing you do the father and son challenge. Hopefully T.I. and Damani, maybe Will and Jaden might get at y'all. Who's to say? Will.
We take all oncomers.
Okay, I'll tell Master P and Romeo. They'll give it to you too.
All of them. Yeah, we want all the smoke. Actually, all of them at the same time.
Okay, do them like DMX did y'all. All right.
Low blow. That was
all right, Pete. Hey, Pete, thanks for being on Bridge Business, brother.
Yes, thank you, Pete. Appreciate
you, bro.
Absolutely.
Man. Later,
much love.
Sway, I'll let you later, bro.
Okay, Pete. That's what's up. Yo, it's Sway.